Hello everyone, hope you must doing well. So in this video we are going to proceed with the further modeling, and in this video we are going to model this one, and probably we are going to model this one also. Okay, so let's see how much it will take time. So before that, in the drop down we are having a option of cavity. Okay, it does not having any relation with the rendering, the output which you are going to proceed with, but it is a viewport thing in which the thing will going to be visible in much more nicer form. So by owning the cavity you are having like this. Okay, and let me on the screencast also. Okay, again it does not having any point on the rendering part, but it is going to help you or make things visible in a more nicer way. Okay, nothing else. All right, so we are going to model this one. Okay, and after modeling this one part we are going to mirror it. Okay, the same going to be on other side also, right? It is a obvious thing. Okay, for that we needed for example, what we need a cylinder. Okay, so again we are going to press shift A, and under this collection, and we are going to have a cylinder. Okay, again we are going to scale it, but before that I need the 3D cursor should be here. Okay, the cylinder going to be will add in this location. Okay, so by this effect we can drag in a x-axis. Okay, shift A, and having a cylinder, scale it down, G and X. Okay, you can also move by this. Okay, but I usually prefer this practice, so that's why I'm doing that. Pressing 1, you are going to be switch to the front mode, and again we are going to R and Y. Okay, 90-degree. I don't know why it is not showing the number 90-degree. Let me check here. I don't know. Okay, so what I did, I rotated in y axis. Okay, so R, Y and 90. Okay, but it is not showing here. I don't know why. Maybe whatever reason going to be. Then scale it down, and in top view by numpad 7. Okay, S and X we are going to scale it, and in edit mode we are going to select this face. Okay, so vertex, edge and face. Okay, so we are going to select this face. By pressing S you can scale it down like this. Okay, yeah, we needed to decrease the size, and let's see, it is a side view. Okay, and we are going to put bit inside of this the main object we are having. Okay, so if you want the object which is going inside this object, want that it should visible more, so you can on this one. Okay, it is the toggle, the x-ray mode. Okay, so you can on that, but for now it is visible that much, so I'm not going to on. But if you want to see more, right, in a proper way, you can on that feature. Okay, the x-ray mode. Okay, and it is in the center of this shape. Okay, and we are going to select this face and going to scale like this. Okay, so this edge are visible, right? So it is visible because we are having the cavity. Okay, so no issue with that. We need the X-ray mode, okay, so that we can select the inner part, right? I want to match this shape over here. Okay, so that's why. Oh yeah, I think we can proceed with it with no issue. We can shade smooth also. Okay, but one thing which you notice, when we are shading this one, it is not having any odd behavior. Okay, but when we are shading this one, okay, right click and shade smooth. Okay, why this is behaving like a odd mesh? Okay, so for that you need to normalize the normals. Okay, so in the object data property you needed to go to the normal and auto smooth. Okay, then you are having this one. Okay, 30 degrees there, you can also put 60 also, does not going to affect that much or not having that much difference, but 30. Okay, let's bring it again. We are having this, so probably we are needed to increase the size. Okay, yeah. So the next thing which we are going to do is to mirror this one to this side. Okay, so for that we are going to again in the modifier, and what you are thinking, yes, you are thinking right, we are going to add a mirror modifier. Okay, so where is that mirror object? So for that you need to mirror object. Okay, you can by clicking here you can select from drop down, but if you are having a multiple object in your scene or in your viewport, then it is very hard to search that. So it is more efficient to click on this, then select the object on which you want to mirror. Okay, but the issue is why it is not mirroring. We need to switch the direction. Okay, right, so we are going to switch to y direction. It is there. We are going to delete this one, it does not going to mirror. Okay, so we needed to select, it is written over here, the mirror object. Okay, yeah, so we have that, and we did with this, and we are going to model this one. Okay, so this shape includes the curve. Okay, so for that there are various ways to make the curve. Okay, for this one, this is a simple sphere, so we can add, that is not a big issue. We are going to in a mesh, there is a U sphere, we are having this one. Okay, so that is not a big issue. The curve which is over here, we need to model that. Okay, so I'm going to model that. You can watch, and let's see how efficient this method going to be. So for that, uh, what I should bring? Okay, let's bring a, okay, in a curve I should you can directly play with the curve or you can play with the mesh, then you are going to convert the mesh into the curve. Okay, because if you are going to add a, for example, a Bezier curve. Okay, so to control the curve, it is not that much. You need to have this so that it is visible more. So let's bring this way so it is useful more also. To control the curve, it is not going to be that much efficient for you as a beginner, so that's why I'm not using the curve directly. Okay, so how you are going to handle this one, I don't know, but if you want we can also proceed with it. Okay, but another method is also there, so that I'm going to explain you. For example, we are having a plane. Okay, let's select this edge, control I to invert the selection, and X, and we are going to delete all the vertex, and this vertex is remaining. Okay, and we are going to, by pressing E, we can extrude it. Okay, again we are going to, okay, so this is a shape which we made by a vertex. Okay, so this is a line only. Okay, so what we are going to do next, we are going to convert this mesh object into the curve. Okay, so when you are going to press shift A, you are having an option of mesh and you are having an option of curve. Okay, when I'm clicking on the curve, you are having the different icon over here. Okay, and this is a mesh and it is having a icon of something, a triangle, and when the object we are adding, which is curve, then it is having a this shape. Okay, so this is a curve and all the remaining objects are the mesh. Hope you got my point. So for this one, we are going to convert this mesh into the curve. Okay, so for that we are going to press F3 in your keyboard so that this search option will appear. Then you need to type mesh. Okay, so it automatically bring this option, object convert. Okay, so you are going to click that. This one, I think. Yeah, you need to convert it into the curve. Okay, so let me undo the shape which currently it is having of triangle, that is the mesh. Then we are going to convert it into the curve. Okay, then it is having a shape of this. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do is we are going to, again, one thing, this is a mesh, then it is having a different modifiers available for it, and when we are dealing with curve, it is also having a modifier, but some of them are not the same as the mesh is having. Okay, so you can see the difference. But the thing which we are having, the subdivision surface modifier. Okay, and we are going to increase this one, and we are having, for example, this is a mesh. Okay, we don't have that curve setting. Why we don't have that curve setting? Because it is a mesh. This is a curve. Previously it is a mesh, but we converted it into the curve. Okay, so that's why the option, okay, it is having. Okay, so under this you can increase the resolution if you want, but for now you need to go into the geometry option, then bevel, and under the round you need to increase the depth. Okay, so for now you can hold the shift, then you can increase the value gradually, and yeah, so hope you got my point. All right, for this, which we added directly from the curve, the same setting is also there. Okay, so you can have this also, but the thing is you are having the more control over it. Okay, so the main difference is you are building a basic shape by using the mesh, right? And after that you are converting that mesh into the curve. After converting into the curve, you are having only one setting to do, is to increase this one, right? But if you are directly added a curve, it is hard to get that shape. Okay, So these are two things which I like to tell you, okay, by this video. So we are going to use this again. If you are going to press into the edit mode, we are having the option, okay, of changing the shape, and we are having much more efficient control over it. Okay, so let me, the point which is over here, we need to, let's see it will come or not. Okay, it's there. We need to rotate. Okay, side view, let me make it a bit smaller. Let me bring the reference. Okay, it is placed over here. Okay, so in the top view, by pressing 7, you can use this one. So I'm using this one also for your kind to show that. Okay, yeah. So we are having this one. Okay, so always remember to add a subdivision. Okay, if I'm going to off the subdivision in the viewport, let's see, you are having this hard thing. Okay, so by having a subdivision you can counter that. Okay, and the thing which you are having next, so you are having much more smoother control over it, because that's why I used to follow this one. Again, we don't have any other reference of it, so we are going to having the approx idea where the place should be. Okay, so I'm trying to match the shape. Okay, and I don't know where the location is in the from the top view. Okay, so we don't have that reference, but by observing the shadow we can get the idea. So probably we can, so let's increase it. Okay, I think we can continue with it, or we can do this. Yeah, we can proceed with it. Okay, so let's add a UV sphere over here. So before that, you can see there is a hole. Okay, it is not completely filled. Okay, so for that you can see right here. Okay, so for that, in the curve setting there should be an option to fill. Okay, so there is an option of fill caps, so you can have that. Okay, you can shade smooth also. Duplicate it, simple, and not that one. Okay, we needed to go by for subdivision level. Okay, no issue with that. So now we are going to add this sphere. Okay, so for that, I want to tell you that if you are going to add a sphere, then it is going to be the location where the 3D cursor is, as I told in the first two videos of my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm going to go into the edit mode, going to select this vertex, shift S in our keyboard, in my keyboard, and you in your keyboard. We are going to select cursor to select it. Okay, so the cursor is over here. Now whenever we are going to add any object, it going to be over here. Okay, so we can scale by this point. Okay, so for example, UV sphere we needed, right? So hope you got to my point. Now we can rotate that R and X. Okay, you can again use this tool. Okay, if you want, you can increase in this way to read the text, or you can switch in this way, or you can switch in this way. Okay, so the rotation tool is also there, so you can use that also. Okay, I used to prefer by directly from the keyboard. Yeah, we needed to increase the size. Let's increase the size by having a side view. Let's on the X-ray mode so that we can see how much it is covering that area. So one thing which I noticed, I want to move this in this direction. Okay, so for that we need to have this move tool, and in the global we are going to switch to the normal. Okay, then we are having this one. Okay, so if by default it is on global, and even you needed to work in the global transform. Okay, these all are transform orientation which is written over here. Okay, these are also options which I will tell you in detail in any other videos. And the same thing here also, these all options I will make a detailed video over it. So for now we are going to select the normal, and I'm not going to explain what does it, but just explaining bit. And but in the I'm going to make a dedicated video okay for that. So let's having this in the edit mode. You needed to go in the overlays drop down, you are having the normals. Okay, normals. Okay, so you need to, there are three options, so you need to switch on this. Okay, let's increase the size also. Okay, so we are having this in all direction. Okay, so this is the normal direction. Hope you got my point. Okay, yeah, you are wondering what is this, so it is the normal direction. Okay, so you can see some normal lines are here. So that's why when we are going to switch to global, you need to see the cursor over here. When we are going to switch to normal, we are having this one. Okay, which we can switch, move in a normal direction. What is normal direction? Let me bring this, the annotation one. Where is the annotation setting? Oh, over here, new thickness, let it be 8. So what is annotation? It is nothing, you can write. Okay, nothing else. Let's bring a line over here. So this is the normal direction. Okay, so that's why we can directly move our object in this direction. Okay, so the curve which is inside this, okay, this one, that is also facing in the normal direction. Okay, hope you got my point, and that's why we are using that. Let's disable all the annotation. So you can disable this from here, or you can simply drag and have an eraser, you can erase that. For now I'm going to disable the normal over here, switch to the move tool and having a normal on. Okay, and we can switch like this. I think still we are having a small shape. We can increase it. Okay. So for we are having a wrong curve, I think. So let's hide this sphere and let's work on this. We are not going to work in a normal direction. Okay. Also, one thing, you can always have an option to subdivide. Okay. So if you are going to select this vertex and this vertex and right click, you are having an option of subdivide, then by which effect you are having a one extra vertex. Okay. So you are having more control over it. So probably we needed that to control it. Okay. We needed to put bit downside. I think they are having this one. Yeah, we don't have that reference, right? So that's why we are having issue. We can keep this. Okay, we can. Let's unhide the. Okay, so let's bring it here and let's select this vertex over here. We are make the cursor at the center of this object, the curve which we are having, and select this object, shift S, selected to cursor. So what is cursor? The cursor is here. Okay, this one, but we want this. Explaining every part. Sorry. What I did, shift S, selected to cursor. So whatever object you are selected with, that object will be automatically going to be attached or placed in that location where the 3D cursor is. Okay. Shift A and shift S, and we are having selected to cursor. Okay. Okay. Let's increase this one also. Again, we need to go in edit mode. Again, I'm explaining you this cavity is there. Okay, nothing else. I just smooth it. You can smooth that part. Yeah, so select both. Let's bring it a bit forward. Okay, and let's mirror it. Okay. Before that, yeah, we can mirror it. Yeah. So you can mirror these two objects by separately, or you can select both and you can press Ctrl J, but you cannot join those because the warning message came because this is a mesh and this is a curve. Okay, so I would like to prefer to convert this into the mesh. Okay, but for now we can shift D and unhide, so it is for backup. Okay, nothing else. So let's F3 in your keyboard, then press type mesh. You are having this option convert mesh. Okay, so let's having this. Okay, it is converted into the mesh. The triangle sign is there. Okay, all right. We don't need any subdivision for this because it is having the good amount of topology. Okay, so we don't require to add a Okay, but if you can see, uh, there is some hard edges, right? So you can add a subdivision, but it is not going to affect that much. But okay, add that, no issue. So select this one, so we can join these two. Okay, but the issue is this is having a fourth subdivision and this is having a one subdivision. Okay, and we don't need it for subdivision of this. Okay, because it is having a right amount of topology, but it is having a one subdivision level. We can make this one as a one subdivision level, but the issue is it is a curve. It is not going to be having the right topology. So let's mirror these two separately. Okay, mirror it, bring it on top, select this one, yeah, in a y-axis. Again, mirror, bring it on top, select this object, okay, on which you are going to mirror, and this. And here we completed with. If you want, you can put just put inside. Yeah, not that much. So we are completed with this, and hopefully you have learned all these the curve thing. And for this thing, whatever the transformation of option we are having, and these and these and these, okay, so we are going to cover that in a separate video. Okay, or if you want that, you can comment. Okay, so we are completed with it, and in the next videos we are going to make a one more video to model. In a single video we are going to model this one and again this one. Okay, and after that we are going to prepare a scene. We are going to give colors, shaders, different materials, the different roughness values, so that we can have this one exact same match. Or we can, if we can proceed with more beautiful, then we can also make that. And in the next video we are going to model these two. And for now, today, we can end this video. And again, if any suggestion is there, please tell me in the comment section. And anything you can. And bye bye.